Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Salt City Live.
We're back.
It's been a couple weeks off. Kyle, are you with us, buddy?
I am.
Are you out of Walmart yet?
No, but I realized I was standing by the girls' lingerie, so I thought I better just mosey along a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's probably a good idea.
That wasn't on purpose. That wasn't on accident, was it?
Something tells me Kyler's doing a little something funky. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining in. We've been off a couple weeks because really didn't have much to report. So we thought it's time we better get back on and talk a little bit about what's happening, where we're at, what's going on. The first thing I want to talk about is the banquet. We need to make sure everybody's getting registered for the banquet. We need to know so we can plan accordingly with the right amount of food for everybody.
Oh.
And Carrie was asking me already today, do we have a head count yet? And I said, well, we probably do, but I don't think it's right yet. So we're a little far out. So everybody, please join it, get on there, register. We want to make sure we have enough for everybody. I know there's always somebody last minute planning, that sort of thing. Even if you're thinking about coming, get on there so we can kind of figure it out. Just to be prepared and everything else too. Got a nice meal figured out for everybody too. I think it's going to be fun. Beef or chicken, and from that part, and of course I'm chicken to beef. What are you taking?
Like beef liver?
I haven't
Liver.
decided.
No, we're not having liver and onions, Kyler.
Or calf
Okay.
fries.
Or calf fries.
Yeah.
You guys ain't no fun.
So anyway, November the 16th. Times again are
Doors open at 6. Dinner at 7. Awards at 7:30.
okay
Salt City Racing LLC.com.
at the 1861 Club on the Kansas State Fairgrounds. From that part.
Awesome place.
So anyway, Kyler, anything new? Well, yeah, there is something new you need to talk about on Dodge City.
No.
So yeah, new updates and everything from Dodge City Raceway Park.
Yeah, no, we're excited to announce that we're going to be bringing in the High Limit Sprint Car Series April 5th. So,
Dodge City.
yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. Looking forward to partnering with those guys and bringing 410 racing back to Dodge City.
Yeah, I think that that's huge, man. Congratulations on getting that. A little jealous, if you want to know the truth, that we don't have them at Salt City. But I'm going to let you take that on, and we'll see. We'll do it.
We'll
Don't
see
be
how it
jealous
goes.
yet. Don't be jealous yet.
We'll see how it goes, and then we'll figure it out. But Dodge City is an awesome place. Dodge City is an awesome track for all racing, but I've always enjoyed watching 410 sprint car racing there because the track, it gets pretty tricky pretty early in the night with those guys and gets them right up there against the fence, and it's always been really exciting to watch when those cars come there.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no,
how close are you announcing the rest of your schedule?
well, I've got the tentative schedule put together. Just kind of waiting on a few more contracts to be signed, I guess. And then we'll release here pretty quick. And, as it goes, there's always going to be something added or maybe moved around. But probably within the next 2-3 weeks, we'll have our schedule completely out by Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right. Anyway, so Nick, we got to kind of get everybody updated with the situation. So basically, we went to the first fair board meeting in Hutch, and I was hoping to get further along in that very first meeting, but it did not go very far. They decided to put together the ad hoc committee to go back and work through the changes that Nick and I had put together in the contract, and we did change quite a few things. Of course, we wanted to go with a multi-year for sure, because I'm not going to do a one-year thing again. That won't work for what we want to do, where we want to head. I think we got the pits worked out to pit back over on the west side.
Yep.
From that part.
Not going to be exactly the same as it was, but it's going to be pretty close.
Very close. I think it's going to work a lot better in Kyler. That way you can come in on the west side and go off the east.
Right.
We are going to have to figure out what we're going to do that west gate to get on the track.
Yeah.
When Mike came in and with what Kyler's guys did to get that racetrack back symmetrical and everything and get it back level, it actually lowered the straightaways quite a bit. So the back straightaway, we were able to make it work going in and out there through the year, but the front straightaway is a little bit different story. So
yeah,
have to figure something else out there.
So anyway, we went to the first ad hoc committee meeting, and worked on a lot of things, spent over 2 hours in there with them, working out things. And we had to do a little more homework after that first meeting, I guess is what you call that,
Yeah,
Nick? Homework?
used to it.
Yeah. So,
Used to it at this point.
so anyway, went over yesterday again to meet with them again with the ad hoc committee one more time, and worked out a few more details, stuff. And so the next step is the contract to get submitted to the board, and we need to have a vote next Tuesday afternoon at the board meeting, which is November the 12th, and get a vote from the whole 13 board members instead of just the 4. And I'm looking for an exciting time. I'm looking for exciting votes. I think it's going to be a 13-0 vote.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie bar the door.
Yeah. Well, I think with this ad hoc committee, I think it kind of takes a lot of the board members out and just kind of puts a few board members and us and the GM in there, and gets a smaller group of people to kind of discuss and work out the details. And I think we've come up with something that that the board should feel comfortable on with voting on. So pretty confident for Tuesday, really.
I feel good about it too. So a lot of people have been asking about it, that sort of thing. Tuesday at around 3-4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We should have the final vote and ready to go racing again at the Kansas State Fairgrounds in a multi-year deal
for at least 3 more years.
So, okay, let that out of the bag. It is a 3-year deal. Okay, so I guess we can get that out of the deal. So, yeah. So it's a very good. We got told last night we got done. The contract has been rewritten and come back to us. It's at our attorney right now is where it's at. They hopefully that the board members have the contract in their hand by now. I don't know if they've got it yet or not. They need to read it over, that sort of thing. And the next Tuesday we go in and get that whole board to vote. I'm sure there'll be some questions. I mean, we had a lot of questions in those 2
We've
meetings.
answered a lot of questions.
Yeah. We had a lot of spirited conversations. Is that what you call that?
Yes.
Spirited conversations.
Spirited conversations.
But I will tell you, everybody that's listening and watching, is the relationship that Nick and I have with that ad hoc committee and Brian has been very good. We had a great meeting yesterday. Things were very positive, very good. At the end, we all talked about how we're going to work closely more together in the following years to help communicate and talk about things. There's more changes in that contract too that I can't really discuss until we have that vote and get it approved, and then we can kind of go more in detail with everything too, from that part. But I will tell you that the chasing the half mile page, everybody, keep that positive. That's the negativity, the negative stuff that hits that page does not help us get the fair board behind this situation. So please, I'm reiterating that again because we talked about that again on both meetings. We talked about it again last night. We got done, and that page is set out there to communicate to everybody know what's going on. I appreciate that page and everything else too, but it's got to stay positive and that sort of thing. If you've got something negative, don't put it out there. Call Nick or I, and let's talk about it or whatever. Don't put it out there and try to get some war going on, whatever it's going to be. We're never always going to agree 100%. We didn't agree 100% with the ad hoc committee on everything either. But let's keep that page positive. Let's keep everything positive out there from that part. And I will tell you that this ad hoc committee, the 4 board members that were on there, and Brian and Nick and I, we worked through things very well. There was, like I said, a lot of spirited conversations, different things from that part that went down. But that's normal. That's what's supposed to happen and everything else too. So it's Nick and I, like I said, Kyler, are you ready to go for?
Oh yeah, we're ready.
I knew you were.
We're ready
from that part. So I guess the next thing is our contract. We are almost there. Kyler and I and Nick were on the phone a little bit today. We got a couple more dates we need to change up, but the dates are very well set. There's more races than last year, of course. From that part. And yes, so you guys building your cars, a lot of people have called and asked. It will be for the normal weekly races. It will be the IMCA class again. There's a few changes coming from IMCA. I can tell you that. I know that for a fact on a few things. The rule changes of stuff are coming. Can't let that out of the bag with it, what that is or whatever, but that is coming. I hope they'll have it out very soon. for the guys building the cars. Nothing drastic, nothing really big, to be honest with you, but from that part. And yes, we are talking to all kinds of sanctioning bodies. On the way to Hutchinson yesterday, we talked to 2 different sanctioning bodies of classes of racing to bring to the fairgrounds. So Kyler, Nick, and I have worked very hard together and working together to complement each other's schedules. We've been on the phone with Chuck up at Salina, talking to Chuck about his schedules and that sort of thing. And, Chuck moving to Saturday, that kind of opens up a lot of things for us on our Friday nights. And where are we at? We got 2 2-day shows.
Yeah, so we've got the Salt City 100 weekend in July on the 18th and 19th, and then we have the October race this year booked as 2 days on the October 10th and 11th.
So we'll get the final schedule out, but it is cool. I think we have some exciting stuff. We still have some sanction bodies that are talking to us and want to come race with us. But again, I can't lock anything in with those other sanction bodies until we have this contract done next Tuesday. Again, like I said, on the way to Hutch yesterday to the meeting, 2 sanction bodies called us and talked to us, and excited about that and that sort of stuff too. But we've been working on other sanctioning bodies to come race there at that track because we want as many people to come race as they possibly can. And Kyler, yeah, I still got to tell you, I am jealous that we don't have a high limit. But good for you, buddy. That's good for you. I think it's going to be great from that standpoint too. So let's see. Chat line. What do we got coming on the chat line, Nick?
Quite a bit.
Okay. You take off on that
Quite a
side. I
bit.
got stuff on my phone too. So,
All right. We've got.
first one I got, Mike wants to know any late model racing next year. Yes, there will be some late model
yeah,
racing. There will be
there
sprint
will
car
be
racing
some.
on top of that. Kyler's ULSS is coming. Kyler, have you what about your late model series?
So we are going to actually rebrand. We're going to be called the United Rebel Late Model Series.
Oh, so it's going to match the sprint cars, huh?
Going to match sprint cars.
Okay.
Yep. So the Rebels, we'll call it the Rebel Late Models, and it'll be awesome. There's a lot of momentum behind the late models right now, and doing a little bit of rule changes. So we're talking to some more of the drivers and kind of getting their feel on what they want to do, because that's how we kind of operate these series. Is it's not just our series; it's the drivers' series that race it. So we want to make it fun and good for everybody to come play.
Yep, exactly. Nick, what else we got on the chat line over there, buddy?
Okay, so Joe Petty says hi from Kentucky. What the heck are you doing in Kentucky, Joe? And John, do you have any idea of the series that you're planning on bringing in? Yeah, we've got a lot of ideas, but we're still trying to put a few of them together. We're definitely going to have the USAC Silver Crown back. Bring the World of Outlaws full show. Would love to. May need to find a sponsor for that one, but we would love to.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It would be awesome to see USMTS back at the half mile. Agree.
Been talking to them. So that's one class we've been talking to. That is for sure.
Some people say y'all also going to drop it to a 3/8 track, or is it's going to stay a half mile? It's going to stay a half mile.
Yeah, John, that's for sure. For 2025, it will be a half mile track. There's no doubt. We're not going to change that up, because if we do drop it to a 3/8, the USAC Silver Crown cars will not come and race with us.
Yeah.
The half mile is the smallest track they will run on. And that was our best event last year, and they want to come back and race with us. We were talking about a couple other classes from USAC maybe to come race.
So yeah, we saved the famed half mile. You know, so
that's it. And then John also asked a little before that if we were going to run hobby stock next year, and
yes,
I think that's the plan.
We are, and it's kind of what happened to that hobby stock deal is running the same nights as Salina Friday. The hobby stock guys are more centrally located up there, and I get making the pull down from Salina or that area up there down to Hutch. I get that. So yeah, I think we're going to have the hobbies back on. I think it's going to be fun and exciting for those guys again. And from that
in the one race we did have with them, it was a really good race. We had a decent turnout.
Mike Burien, any plans to put some actual dirt on the track? Yeah, Mike, there is. Not sure what's going to happen for 2025. What I will tell you on 2025, though, we have been talking to Mike Van Genderen again. I was on the phone with him this weekend talking about the track. And we've been talking to the Murphy Tractor and Equipment guys. They want to come in and do a little more work and stuff on it. But Kyler, your guys it was a learning process with that dirt, but I think your guys got it kind of down pretty good. I think that with a little more time with that track again, Mike, I think we'll have some some better results with that racetrack. I think we proved it with the Silver Crown cars, how good it can be. But again, your guys that you bring in, Kyler, are second to none on that track, and work their butts off for that, and we appreciate those guys coming from that part too. So, but there is some plans in the near future, Mike, for some different dirt. Or some dirt to be added to the track and that sort of thing. That was kind of another thing that Brian and Nick and I talked about last night after we was getting ready to leave, talked about some dirt and that kind of thing there too. And again, that's just another positive thing that Brian didn't have to do, but did bring it to the table, which I think is great. So I will tell you, everybody, Brian and Nick and I have been and have in these ad hoc committee stuff has worked very well together, making this thing happen and make it go. So everybody just keep your fingers crossed for a good vote on next Tuesday. That's what we're looking forward to. Trying to decide if we're going to go live Tuesday night or we're going to go live Wednesday again next week to talk about it. But
we'll figure it out.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out too from that part.
Jerry Sherfick, really? Will we be seeing a Chevy Silverado as the official pace truck?
Nice try, Jerry.
No.
Nice try.
He's just. I
know he's just kidding. I know he's just kidding too, Jerry.
You're going to have to bring that car out to Hutch and race with us.
Yeah.
It's not that far away.
Yeah. And the problem you got is you said another wrong word in there, Jerry. It would be a Silverado pickup. A truck is an F-150 or a Super Duty. So we will not bring a Chevrolet pickup to be our pace truck. We will have a F-150 or a Super Duty truck to be our pace truck coming out there on that part. Okay.
Everything else is just a pickup.
So Thomas Bowen, the other question I have as a spectator, do you guys have an ambulance? Okay, let's talk about that because that's a crucial thing. And let's talk about that and get that out there real in the open so you can understand the insurance rules, laws, and everything. Okay. And Thomas, the USAC made us go get an ambulance. And we paid a pretty penny to have that ambulance set there. But here's the rule. That ambulance can only take that person. If a driver gets injured and it's sitting in the infield, that ambulance can only take that driver to the nearest exit or street for another ambulance to be picked up and taking him out of that racetrack and into another ambulance off to the hospital. Seemed like a big time delay. Now let's go back again. Let's take a big old 1-ton diesel truck that's going to haul in there, get somebody to haul them out, or let's get these guys like the safety crew we have, and there's 3 safety crew members there at the racetrack, have everything on that quad that's in an ambulance.
We always have 4. Yeah,
4 safety guys. An ambulance has got 2. So we have 4 safety people on that quad, and on that quad is everything that's in that ambulance. So now if my son gets hurt on that racetrack, do I want him in that big old ambulance trying to weed through cars and weed through everywhere to hurry up and get to an actual exit of the racetrack to get him in another ambulance and get him to the hospital? I'd rather have a quad that can weave through and have a lot smoother tracks and everything else like that to get through there and get done. So I hope that answers your question. We went through this with the insurance company many, many times and covered it. Even the USAC, we covered that with them. And after the fact, when I explained how the rules work with the ambulance stuff, they kind of agreed with me too on that part, but they just had to have that ambulance sitting there for that USAC race from that part. But my thing is trying to get that ambulance out of that racetrack, through the pits, through everywhere it needs to go to get out to the intersection. But that ambulance cannot take that driver to the hospital. They have to wait for another ambulance to come pick them up and take them there. So to me, the quad is a better way to get them on the driver, on the backboard, stretcher, whatever it is, to get them out of that infield, get them out on the track and get them gone. So much better than it is to have a big old 1-ton dually ambulance sitting in the middle of the field trying to weed through all those race cars and people and everything else too. So I hope that explains that one for you. What else we got coming up? What did Rad have to say?
It would be nice if it could be like Boone as a half mile someday.
Well, agree with that too,
I guess.
And been on the phone quite a bit with IMCA this week and last week too, talking about different stuff and everything else too. So I understand that too. Working towards that. How's that sound? Okay. What else over there?
I think we're caught up.
So, Kyler, anything else coming from you? Any questions, any comments, anything whatsoever? Mr. High Limit Race Car Guy.
No. But, and that's awesome, that sanctioning. But I'm telling you what, wait till you hear what else we got coming. We can release it. It's going to be, in my opinion, just as big. So we're looking forward to being able to announce a lot more things coming here in the near future.
Yeah.
Good.
Fantastic. Well, we got some more exciting stuff too. I hope we can announce next week when the fair gets done, and then we can announce probably the following couple of weeks with our final schedule. We're very, very close on our schedule to have it out and ready to go, and announce a few more of the sanctioning bodies we've been talking to too. Anyway, Adrian Gold, especially he's talking about the Amos and the quad, especially with as tight as the pits are back there, and the person that is working the back, there is a quad is so much better than an ambulance. I agree with you too, Adrian, 100%. Keep going there, Nick. My eyes are getting blurry trying to look at that far away.
John says, you guys have done wonders at that place. Thanks for everything. Can't wait for 2025. Appreciate that. And Thomas says, keep up the hard work. You guys are doing amazing.
Well, and that's the next thing. I appreciate all the compliments and stuff too, but it does take a lot of work. Kyler, it's amazing what happens in the background to keep these racetracks running and going.
Taking an army.
That's right.
And from that part, but more importantly, what we need to keep this thing alive is we need you to get your friends, your family, your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts, your uncles, your kids, your favorite family, and whatever, and get those butts in the seats. That's what we got to have. We got to have those dollars flowing enough to be able to do that, and to make that to keep this thing moving and going forward. So that's our biggest thing is as supporters. We need to see you in the stands and everything else too. So
late models, weekly, monthly.
I don't answer that one, Kyler. Close to monthly on the late models.
Yeah, I'd say monthly.
Yeah, something like that on late models. Sprint cars probably
not the same thing.
Same thing.
Well, World Inc. sure have sprint cars there every month.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
Practice sessions. Yes.
Yeah, we did get that is another thing we talked to Brian about is a practice session. And so, yeah, we'll have a practice session somewhere in April is what we're going to have there. So, yes, Aaron, there will be a practice session from that part too. So, from that part. Keep reading there, Nick. I'm kind of running out of eyes again.
Thank you, boys, for keeping this track going. God bless y'all. Thank you, Dallas. And Ron Ramsey.
Mike Buring wants a 10,000 win stock car race.
Okay.
Is that it?
Find a sponsor.
Is that it?
Find a sponsor, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. So just 10 grand. That's it. Oh, yeah. No problem. Mike, you get all your buddies, get all them stock cars to show up, and let's go. That could
Only
be
to
fun.
the winner.
Tammy says, what place are you doing the awards for? What places are we doing the awards for? Okay, so the 3 IMCA classes, we're doing 1st through 10th.
1st to 10th. We're going to recognize every driver that came and raced with us, but the awards will go to 1st to 10th from that part too. Okay. So everybody, please get on there. If you're coming to the banquet, get on there, get registered up so we can let Charlie and Carrie make sure they have enough food to feed everybody. From that part, don't wait till the last minute for me, please. Help those guys out. Charlie and Carrie have been fantastic to work with over there at the fairgrounds, and we got a lot of more exciting stuff coming with them. With opening the beer garden up after some of the races and stuff too. Again, going on forward for next year. That was kind of fun at the last race. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Just stay tuned for next Tuesday afternoon. I think we're going to have to go live after we'll see what time we get back from. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll see what time we get back.
So everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for hanging in there with us. And I promise you, Nick and Kyler and I have been working our butts off to keep this racetrack alive and keep it moving. It's going to be fun and exciting. Racers, get your cars built. Winter's here from that part. So let's go have some fun at the big half mile and make it happen, I guess is all we can say.
Yeah, that's it. Let's make it happen.
Kyler, any last closing comments or anything?
Nope. See everybody at the racetrack.
And
see everybody at the banquet.
Get ready for the banquet, right? Anyway, Craig Shy, Papa Craig, ready to get 2025 going and another year supervising Kyler. Okay, that's exactly your head.
I haven't renewed his contract yet, guys. I haven't renewed Craig's contract yet. Him and I we're still in negotiations for 2025.
Okay, Mike is asking about it. The super stocks invited to the banquet. Yes, everybody's invited that wants to come to the banquet. That's why we need to get a head count and stuff like that too. The super stocks is we only ran them twice,
2 races. Yeah.
So it's hard to really do anything on that side of the coin for the super stocks. Do we want to do more with the super stocks next year? Yes. I'd love to talk to some more of the guys that are running the super stock class and what they want to do there too. from that part, but everybody's invited that wants to come. We just need to get a good head count so we know how to set the many seats and get the food and beverages and stuff ready to go. And let's just give a good easy way to get Carrie and Charlie enough heads up time to be able to ready to go for the banquet that's coming up on the 16th. So, okay, everybody, stay tuned. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep everything positive. Keep rolling. Thanks for the support. Thanks for everything, Kyler. And again, can't wait to recognize all your people at our banquet too. So,
looking forward to it.
So, yeah, Mr. High Limit. I'm just going to call him Mr. High Limit.
High Limit.
Is that okay? You all right with that?
Yeah, I've been called worse.
Yeah, so have I, but that's okay. That's okay. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next. I don't know. We're probably going to go live next Tuesday to announce where we're at, what's going on, and everything else too from that part. So, everybody, again, thank you for the support. Please get registered for the banquet so we get a head count. Get ready to go to have some fun on the 16th, and get ready for next week for the final announcements and everything where we're headed out for the next few years with Salt City Racing at the big Kansas State Fairgrounds. Nick, anything else?
Nope.
Kyler, anything else?
No, we're good.
Everybody have a great evening, and we'll talk to you next week sometime, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. We'll stay tuned. Stay tuned to the Facebook page, and we'll keep you updated, everybody. Everybody have a great night. Talk to you soon.